Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: which actor seemed miscast in a role but ended up killing it? I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting Heath Ledger's Joker to be so incredible. It was such a controversial casting when it was announced. Everyone was scratching their heads. Once the movie came out, not only did he kill it, he exceeded any and all expectations. I was one of those people, thinking, how can this pretty boy from 10 Things and Knight's Tale be the Joker? Then the trailer came out and I heard the laugh. Just the laugh convinced me enough that he was perfect for the role. As soon as the theatrical trailer was released, with that sudden shot of him sitting on the ground in the interrogation room followed by "Why so serious?" everyone who was saying he was going to ruin the movie shut right up. Edit, just went back and watched the theatrical trailer on YouTube and the top comment sums it up pretty well. The trailer that made us all feel like a bunch of idiots for doubting Heath Ledger. Here's the trailer. https://be/_pzpmtj1q8q. Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Who would have guessed that Hal from Malcolm in the Middle would absolutely kill it in this role? I can't think of anyone in Breaking Bad that isn't perfectly cast. Everyone seems perfect for the role. I think both Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle are rare examples of shows with perfect casting. Aaron Paul was ridiculous. At no point in the whole series did I ever see an actor. Just Jesse. John Lithgow as a serial killer in Dexter. I grew up watching him play a goofball alien in Third Rock from the Sun. I was massively disappointed when I heard he was playing a serial killer in the new season of Dexter. I thought it would be ruined. His first scene, no dialogue, just him stalking a family at the beach while sipping a tea somehow chilled me to the bone. Man's an amazing actor. He was so good in this role. There was a movie with him and Denzel Washington where he played a badass villain, so I was too surprised but didn't think he'd do that good of a job as a serial killer. He also played an excellent villain in Cliffhanger. Can't believe no one has mentioned Hugh Laurie as House. For people who never watched BBC maybe, but Laurie was the lovable British goofball. The upper-class twit. A comedian. House is a brooding, depressed American Sherlock Holmes. Absolutely kills it. Can't imagine anyone else for the role now, but good lord. Could you imagine someone like Patton Oswalt being cast to play an ultra-serious British version of Sherlock Holmes? That's basically what they did there. Apparently his accent was so good the creator of the show was shocked to find out he wasn't actually American. As was I, after watching all 6,082 episodes. Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Before that he was a normal rom-com guy cast in an action film when most action leads were absolutely shredded. So much so that the trailers had audiences laughing and they actually removed him from the poster. Needless to say, the rest is history. Edit, the Movies That Made Us series on Netflix is great and has an episode on Die Hard if anyone is interested. It's funnily what made his role seem more realistic. There were stars like Schwarzenegger who are just cartoonishly ripped in a way real-life people just aren't. Bruce Willis embodied a more down-to-earth believable badass. That was literally the whole point and MC Clan's whole personality. He literally isn't a super bullet immune badass, just a guy in a wrong time wrong place situation. Too bad later movies made him able to take out helicopters with a car. Also Alan Rickman's first movie role. Adding to the legacy, not long before this Alan Rickman was turned down for a role because the director thought no one could take Rickman serious as a villain. Edward Norton American History X. I could never feel intimidated by Norton, or so I thought. I was terrified of his character. Primal fear seriously freaked me out. Ed Norton has been scary to me ever since. Fun fact, to get the role he told the director he was from Kentucky. He's from New York not Kentucky, I don't fucking know. He stayed in character, with accent, for 9 months to keep his lie from getting out. That guy from Not Another Teen Movie is gonna be Captain America. He already sucked as the Human Torch. Heh, whoops. My bad, Chris Evans. I don't think it's that he sucked as the Human Torch. It's more that the movies were so bad that everybody sucked. Yeah, Evans is actually great at playing the cocky douchebag. That's what most of his roles were back then, and we got to see it again in Knives Out. Gene Roddenberry hated Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. To the extent he had him wearing a wig during casting. The runner-up for the role told Stewart that he killed the audition, but to lose the wig. Eventually Roddenberry came around, and I personally think Stewart's Picard was the most amazing captain to ever appear in the franchise. I recall some interview regarding Patrick Stewart's shiny dome, and one of the producers was asked, by the 24th century, wouldn't they have a cure for baldness? The reply summed up the idealism of Star Trek pretty well. By the 24th century, no one cares if you're bald. Edit, I'm surprised and pleased that this comment, about baldness in Star Trek, is my highest rated comment. I've been rewatching lately and I absolutely love how consistent he is about going stiff and grumpy whenever children are involved. It's such a specific thing to have decided for the character. Wasn't there that episode where he was trapped in a turbolift with 3 kids? Gave them crew roles and his uniform pips and was singing Frere Jacks. In Patrick's case, he wasn't too happy about the series at first either. In his own words, he felt that SF was a bit below him, especially with a cast of people not exactly classically trained, especially with his background. But he came around quite quickly, started joking more with the crew, and ended up really enjoying and even loving some of the scenes and episodes he played in / directed. I went to one of Brent Spiner's panels and he told a story where Patrick was so serious on set. One time he yelled at the cast for goofing around and everyone was scared of him. Jonathan Frakes was even crying. But in the episode where Yo was killed he lightened up and started goofing off, and after that he was fun on set. To be fair, the first few episodes of TNG is pretty laughable compared to how good it would become. Joaquin Phoenix playing Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. I am a huge Cash fan and was very disappointed. He absolutely killed it though. I was so wrong. Oh yeah, he shocked me how much he transformed into Cash. Amazing performance. Joaquin is a freak. I love his work, that guy knows how to sell a character. Danny DeVito seems miscast to me in almost everything but Big Fish, but he kills it at everything he does. Batman Returns as Penguin. Nailed the heck out of that one. Even before I saw the movie, you couldn't tell me there would have been a better choice. Danny DeVito seems miscast to me in almost everything but Big Fish. He would like a discussion with you about his performance in Matilda. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. What I love about Danny DeVito is his willingness to do absolutely anything for a performance. He's a trooper to the bone. His commitment to crawling out of a couch nude and sweaty kills me every time. Also when he dresses up as a cheetah. I feel he's allowed to be as weird as he wants on IAZIP. He's a perfect Frank Reynolds. The Trash Man. Daniel Craig as a Southern gentleman eccentric detective. That'll never work. I liked how Daniel Craig's character didn't play another tortured, brooding protagonist. He just seemed like a detective who genuinely cared for other people and wanted to get down to the truth and loved his job. More please. He also wasn't a hyper-observant savant of a detective, which was refreshing. His little description about simply plodding forward and letting the case open itself up to him had me giggling. I really appreciated his comic relief too. He wasn't just some stern genius like Sherlock Holmes who figures everything out immediately. That character gets boring. Craig's character is still able to be surprised, and to show emotion and even mild stupidity, which is super entertaining. Similarly Chris Evans. First third of the movie he feels like he's trying and failing to shake off the Captain America image and prove he can do more than just well-mannered heroes, but by the end you realize the guy has range. Going back a bit farther, I was scratching my head over Evans as Cap with his portrayal of Johnny Storm still in my head. Probably Robert Pattinson in every serious movie after Twilight. He's a genuinely great actor and I'm hoping that the Batman will pull people away from that one movie he was in. Dude, The Lighthouse was fucking incredible. Pattinson has such fantastic chemistry with Dafoe, I couldn't believe it. Anyone reading this, please watch the trailer. He was the best part of Tenet IMO. Say what you will about the movie, I know it wasn't everyone's cup of tea and had lots of issues. But Pattinson killed it. In the Twilight era, I never thought I would say this, but after watching Tenet I could easily see him as James Bond. Michael Keaton in Batman. People lost it when he was cast. I remember reading that his Beetlejuice performance sealed the deal because they saw him doing angry scenes. What are your qualifications? Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague and had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy. Now what do you think? You think I'm qualified? Rob Lowe in Parks and Recreation. Based on some of his other work, it didn't seem like the role of an enthusiastic health nut fit him, but he killed it. Ann Perkins. Anne, you rainbow-infused space unicorn,